Good morning and welcome to Beyond the Contracts podcast. I'm your host, Maresa Morrow with Parks out of Murfreesboro, along with
your co-host, Jennifer Hart of Churchill Mortgage.
And this morning, our special guest is Nancy Whitman with Special Kids right here in Murfreesboro. And she's going to talk about our upcoming race that we have to benefit the special kids. I have had the pleasure of being on the committee this year. It's super exciting to see how many people are involved. And Nancy, first of all, give us a little bit of history of Special Kids in Murfreesboro.
Special Kids was founded in 1998. We are entering our 26th year of providing services to Middle Tennessee. We are the only not-for-profit that provides occupational therapy, physical therapy, speech therapy, feeding therapy, and pediatric nursing services for children that are medically fragile.
Nice. And how long have you been with the organization?
I'm going into my fourth year of employment with Special Kids.
That's fantastic.
And so, sorry.
No, I was just going to say it's such a special organization. You know, I know a lot of families personally that their hands are really tied when it comes to outside of that physician care, and they really benefit from a place like Special Kids.
Absolutely. We provide services to children from birth through age 21. And it could be a variety of diagnoses. The most common one we see is autism. Our skilled nursing center, those children are medically fragile. And so they really need nursing care during the day while their parents work. And that's what our program allows them to do. We see about 650 children annually, provide over 19,000 therapy sessions. And we serve about 15 children that are medically fragile in our nursing center.
Wow. I didn't realize there was that many children that
benefited. I agree with that.
Yeah.
It's a lot of kids.
It is a lot of kids. So tell us about your facility there.
Okay. So we actually have a building that's just for our skilled nursing program, where those children come Monday through Friday from 7:30 to 5:30, and their parents drop them off. The first thing those nurses do is they do an assessment and take temperature and, weigh them just to make sure that they're getting appropriate nutrition. And then those nurses provide nursing care throughout the day, whether that's helping to feed them, to toilet them. Most of the children in that program are not ambulatory, so they're in wheelchairs or walkers. We have probably 5 of those children are under the age of 3. So we actually have children that are under the age of 1 in that program because they've had things like, a traumatic brain injury when they're in the womb or drowning. So we see a lot of different diagnoses in that program. The therapy center is another building, and that's where we do all of our outpatient therapy services.
Well, it takes a special heart to be able to serve those children like that. And so I commend you and I commend your staff for all of the things that you do.
Yes.
So, of course, with that type of organization, we have to do some fundraising. And so we've got our big race coming up. Share, it's on March 7th, and we're still looking for volunteers. So give us a rundown of what we got.
Actually, it's March 9th.
Oh, sorry. That's correct.
That's 9th. Okay.
And where is it?
Next week's a busy week.
Where is it?
It's on the facility of Murfreesboro Medical Clinic at 1272 Garrison Drive. So the race, we have a 15K, 10K, and 5K. And those courses all go through the Stones River National Battlefield. And then we have a 1-mile fun run that's for families. Or you can run, walk, or roll. And that's a 1 mile around Gateway Island. And so that is kind of our theme of, you can run, you can walk, or you can roll, because our race is for people of all abilities. We have a lot of families who create teams and they do fundraising. So we've got some teams that are as big as 40. We've got a couple companies that have teams of over 100 people that are participating in the race.
That's awesome.
Which is, very exciting.
That's a lot. And how many runners are we up to now? Over 1,200?
Oh my goodness. We've exceeded last year's total runners, and we still have over a week to go. So my guess is we'll probably have about 2,500. And I'm so excited because this is the first year that I've been involved with the race that we're going to have no rain. It's not going to be cold, and it's not going to be windy, so it's going to be sunny. It's perfect time to come out and join us.
I'm excited about that. Last year, I volunteered with a company, and it was in the 20s that morning. It was so cold.
It was really cold. I think it's only supposed to be like 50 degrees, which that's
excites
fabulous.
me.
And the other thing that's really exciting about our event is our family fun zone. And so we've worked really hard to make this a family-friendly event.
Do you have any specific needs, like, can you hear me?
So we've worked really hard to make this a family-friendly event. So we've got over 20 nonprofits that are coming to share what they do with the community. And we have over 18 companies. So we'll have 40 different exhibitors. And we've got food from Zaxby's, Chick-fil-A, Donut Country, Jason's, Deli, Smoothie King. Wow. And then we've got companies that are doing all kinds of free giveaways and fun interactive games. The book meal deal's coming. They're going to actually do story time for families, which is really cool. We've got a group that's coming to do face painting. So we're really working to make it a family-friendly event and something where people have an opportunity to learn about what services are available in our community.
Do you have a cutoff time as far as registration goes, or can people show up that day and still participate?
They can show up that morning and register. They would have to have been registered by 6:30 a.m. Okay. So pickup or registration would be open Saturday morning from about 5:30 a.m. to 6:30 a.m. And then we have that cutoff. I think one of the other things that's really exciting is one of the graduates of Special Kids. We asked her to do a design for us for the race. And so the Family Fun Run has special shirts with her artwork on the front of it of run, walk, and roll. And so we're really excited about that. And she will be there for people to meet.
That's fantastic. That's really exciting to see her being able to come back around to Special Kids and help with that race situation. I know it's going to be a lot, and I love the fact that it can be a full family day. I mean, as far as the vendors and all of the activities that are going on, that's fantastic.
Do you have any specific asks right now? What are you primarily in need of? Is there anything, sponsorships or any type of donations or just participants? What does that look like?
So I know one of the things we still need some volunteers, and Maresa is in charge of parking. And so if you know Maresa, please sign up to be a parking volunteer and support Maresa, our committee member who took that on. We so appreciate that. I think other than that, all of our volunteer positions are pretty much full. The other thing is race registrations. Register, come out. You don't have to do a 15, 10, or 5K. Come out and do the 1 mile. Come out and cheer your friends and family on. You can create a team. All you have to do is go online to specialkidstn.com and you can sign up for the race, or you can just make a donation if you can't be there. You can make a donation if you know someone that has a team. You can make a donation towards their team or just a straight donation. Every dollar from registrations and from donations goes directly to help serve the children of Special Kids. The sponsors that we have cover the cost of the event so that every registration goes to serve the children.
That's fantastic. That's a really, really big deal to be able to help sponsor all of that, everything that goes on at Special Kids. It's really fascinating to see. Being in on these meetings, Jennifer and I have a little bit of experience with North Rutherford YMCA, and we do a race, but it is certainly not 2,500 people. So to see the logistics of how this plays out is fascinating and frankly overwhelming.
Yes. Are there other events?
So to have 300 volunteers to help us put on this race is incredible in itself, because we truly could not do this without the committee that Maresa is part of or the 300 volunteers that come out to help us. We have very small development staff, so there's no way we could do that. And so we're incredibly thankful for community support. We do have 2 other events throughout the year, and we do a spring golf tournament and a fall golf tournament. So that information, May 16th and 17th is our spring at Indian Hills, and November 1st would be at Cedar Crest Golf Course, and that's a 2 tournament in one day. But I think, the one thing that is really important is people always wonder, well, where do my dollars go? How does Special Kid use your donation or your dollars? And I think it's important for people to know that for access to health care, we all know about that, and insurance doesn't cover everything. And sometimes, your insurance isn't going to let you go and see this provider or that provider. Well, that's no different for children with special needs. And so there's a huge gap between what we get reimbursed versus what our costs are. And so a lot of the fundraising we do helps to fill that gap. And so just to kind of put it in different terms that maybe people can understand better, for every $25 that gets donated to Special Kids, that helps one child access one therapy session. So you give $100 as a donation, then that helps a child access 4 therapy sessions. And so that just puts it in a different perspective for people and help them understand better how we utilize those dollars.
That's a fantastic way to let us the public understand how those dollars really do benefit people. We appreciate that. So, well, I think that is some great information. If you are wanting to help with the Special Kids race or anything throughout the year, get in touch with us. We know they at specialkidstn.com. And I also have a link to volunteer. I'm begging for volunteers. I don't need people to help me out there with the parking. So, Nancy, we appreciate you so much. We thank you for being on, and we are certainly going to try and get the word out. So we will let you know as soon as this gets published, and we really appreciate it. Thank you so much, Nancy.
Yes, we appreciate you.